Hello. 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 All right, cool. Now my mic's working. Sorry. All right. So, so now my mic's working. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. So let's get it back going. So, start all over. Okay. All right. So we got the downtrending channel. Okay. We had the uh price hit that 6603 and reverse and got back up. We put in a piercing line reversal right here, but then we put in a indecision candle here, and then this candle didn't confirm either because this candle was inside of this candle. If this candle would have closed outside of this candle, underneath 67, 62.50, then we would have confirmed, okay, this was just a reverse and we come back down. But this one closed inside, okay? And then this one, after hours, this candle's not done yet. This could come down here and then pop back up and by the morning. But if we go to the 4 hour, we could see that once we hit that 6603, we reversed on there strong, okay? And then we were building a bull flag here, right? Bull flag, cup and handle, whatever you want to call it. It was a bullish pattern. And then we lost it currently this hour just dropped off, okay? But between this 6710 and 6780, this is going to be chop area. Okay, chop area. So between that chop area, we're gonna chop around. But if we get back over this 6780, that bull flag's still gonna be intact. We could go and try to break out. Okay, we lose that 6710 or 6700, we're gonna come revisit the 6603. Okay. All right. So market's been extremely choppy, choppy. We thought since we hit that 6603 would be out. Okay, so here's the bigger picture. Here's a bigger picture, and so here's the bigger picture, and this is why that candle. Okay, here's the bigger picture. This is the sideways chop, right? Sideways chop. Okay. We got this little action here. Okay. All right, let's go. Redo. Okay, that's cool. All right, here's the sideways chop. Okay, we broke through that here. Okay, then we broke down here, hit that 200 SMA, and got back over it. We held it here. We held it here. Now after hours, it's starting to lose it, come off. Now that's not to say we come back over it. That's 67710. That we get back over it tomorrow. But if we do lose this and we do start to fall off, that's the sign that we're dropping off. We're dropping off. Okay. That's the sign that we're dropping off, and we're going to go back to 6600 and probably even 6500. Okay. This consolidation dropping off this way, no good. When it hit that 200 and came back immediately, that kind of told me that they didn't want to drop off, and then it wanted to reverse and go higher. And it kind of held it the past 2 days. Held it after hours. We'll see if this holds it. If we do hold it, this is a bottom area. And we move to the middle, which is going to be 6885 and 6900. And then if we could get past that, we'll move to the upper end of the area, which is 7,000. Okay. So again, we can't be looking at after hours like it's final say, because every time you know, we could easily be down after hours, and then we're right back up by the morning and even higher. So after hours doesn't really matter, and you know, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time it doesn't. Okay, so what we're looking at here could be, you know, little inverse head and shoulders there. That could be what it is. Right now, it's either cup and handle or bull flag. But if this does come here, come back up by tomorrow, then we could be looking at an inverse head and shoulders there on on a on a ES. Okay, it's more evident on the Qs and Nasdaq, but it's very small. This little shoulder right here is very small, but it's still a shoulder. Okay. Okay. So if that happens, we turn back up. We go back to 6,900. Okay. And then 7,000. Okay. If this does not turn back up, we come back to 6,600. Test that and then drop off. More than likely, we hold this. We come back up to 677.10. Right? So that's the line in the sand right there. That's 677.10. We've held it here, 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 here. So we held it everywhere except here, and then we dropped back and got it back strong with high volume. Okay, high volume. So I'm not really stressed. I'm worried about it because you know, it's kind of a shady move to do that after hours. I don't think they would do it. They do it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think we'll come back before the end of the start. All right. So again, if we drop off, you know, we're gonna end up losing this channel if we do drop off, and we come straight to the 6,600 and 6,500. Okay. And you know, big target would be 63.63. Okay, that's exactly where the big target would be, 63.63. So that's about 400 points down from where we are now. Okay. All right, so that's ES. Let's go to SPY. All right, so SPY. So SPY here. So let's see here. Let's see if we're SPY got a little possible megaphone pattern on it. Getting rejected here in these two little areas. If SPY can't hold that or get back above that 677 area, then you know, we're gonna drop back down to 666. Okay, and then most likely go to 657, which is that 200 SMA. Okay, if we do that, then we either bounce there. If that doesn't hold, we come down to 641. Come back to 641, 650. Okay. So if that doesn't hold, if we're not back by the morning and we turn around, then you know, we go 657, 651, possibly 650, 641. Okay. Again, I don't think it's going to do that, but, you know, there's possibilities. All right. So here, again, SPY had the bull flag here. Okay, we lost it after hours there. Okay, if it comes back up by the morning, maybe possibly have a little right shoulder there for inverse head and shoulders right here. Okay, like a little slanted inverse head and shoulders. If not, 666, 657, 651. If it does turn around, we go to 666, then we go 686, and then 690, 696. Okay. NASDAQ. Okay, NASDAQ, you can see that inverse head and shoulders a lot better on the NASDAQ. Okay, that I was telling you about. You see how you have the right shoulder here, the left shoulder here. You have the head here, and then you're potentially making the right shoulder now. Right shoulder now. So if this drops, comes after stays out at night, down, and then in the morning we come up, then anticipate we're going to take off and run up. Okay, so you have the left shoulder, you get the head, okay, and then if you make that right shoulder there, boom, then we'll take off. And what we'll take off to, you break that 25,200, then you go 25,400, 25,700. Okay. So that's what I was seeing. I posted it in the groups that I was seeing that inverse head and shoulders on the Qs, and the NASDAQ same thing as the Qs. So if we do drop that, we come back in the morning or we come back tomorrow all day. So if this opens low and then gets eaten up and rallies all day, then either way, it's going to be an inverse head and shoulders. Okay, if it doesn't, if we lose this and this just kind of drops off and falls down, we'll go back to 24,000. 24,100 and 24,000. But this low here is a perfect 24,000. I think that low stays like that. And I think it does create an inverse head and shoulders here. And the rally's back up on the NASDAQ. Because the let's see here. We're right on that 200 SMA, right between that 200 SMA and that 20 SMA. And you see this consolidation here. I mean, this would be a perfect, okay, the little one shoulder, head, the right shoulder, and then break out of consolidation. That'd be a perfect break of consolidation. We got a squeeze to the upside. We got RSI wanting to break that 50. We got big volume on that low. That low is a perfect 24,000 on the dot. I just don't see why would we come and break that perfect low at 24,000 already, just right now. So I think that this is going to set up for that inverse head and shoulders and then take off. All right. So let's go into the Qs. Now, the Qs look better than the SPY currently? Yes, they do. They do. Okay, now for the Qs, try to break out yesterday, failed, but stayed above 20 SMA. Try to break out today, failed, and made an indecision candle. So here's an indecision candle that ate yesterday's indecision candle. So this is it's an indecision candle, straight up. So it's telling us whatever it does tomorrow is what we're gonna do tomorrow. So whatever price, if we close above here, then we're gonna go higher. If we close below here, then we're gonna go lower. So basically, we close below 605, we go lower. Okay, we close above 612.50, we go higher. All right. All right, come to this here, and you can see the inverse head and shoulders here. So if QQQ holds this area, comes back up in the morning, rallies up, I think we break out and take off. So it might be a bear trap to a bull run. That's what it's looking like. It could be wrong. But if this sets up here, holds it, turns up, turns around, we take off. Okay, so we got one shoulder, we got the head. Okay, we get the right shoulder here. We set up, we can take off. We break that 610 area, 612. Then we're gonna test that 615. Once we break that 615, 622. Okay, and then these will come fast. 622 and 630 will come fast once we break out of that 612.50. Okay, if we don't break out to the upside and we just kind of sell off for whatever news reason, whatever reason they should tell us, we drop off, come back to 595, then come back to 587, 585, and then we come back down to 565. Okay. But the way these candles have been being bought up every time it hits this area, especially this candle hit right here with high volume, it's suggesting to me we're gonna rally up. RSI right on 50, squeeze setting up to the upside. Stochastics coming up. All of this is telling me, hey, it looks strong, that it's probably gonna turn around, make that inverse, and then run it. All right. Let's look at IWM. IWM. Okay, IWM. Okay, IWM lost its bull flag. Okay, came back up. It's trying to hold that 100 SMA. Okay, IWM looks weak. Squeeze firing down. RSI not near 50. Okay. So IWM looks more head and shouldery. Okay, so we got one shoulder here. Okay, we got the head over here, and then possibly bounce and make another shoulder right here, and then drop off. That's what it's more looking like. The shoulder, the head, another shoulder, and then drop off. That's what it's looking like there. That's not too good on IWM. Okay, what it's looking like on the 4 hour, it's looking like an inverted cup and handle. So there's the cup, there's the handle, looking like, inverted cup and handle that wants to fire down. So RSI couldn't get above 50 on the 4 hour, rejected it, coming down. So this 246 level, if it can't hold that, it could drop off, fall off. Okay, not looking the best here for IWM overall. This one fell off beforehand though. This one didn't fall off today. This one's been falling off since what, Friday? Friday, Thursday, Friday. Okay. So, not the best look, IWM. Not the best look. What's worse is this previous breakout here that struggled to break out. It broke out weak, and now it's underneath the breakout. And it's underneath the 20 SMA. And it's struggling to get back over and get back over that breakout point. So this one could be looking strong for puts. If we can't get over that 252, we lose it, then we're going to come back down to 240. 246 and then 240 on IWM. If you can't hold that 252, okay, we already had the 20 SMA crossing over. Okay, doesn't look strong. Doesn't look strong at all. Okay, so IWM and DIA both not looking strong. Okay. Okay, so DIA, we had that chop area right here. Tried to break out, failed. Stayed in this chop area, failed again. Broke down. And is acting the same as IWM. Except DIA is below 50 and crawling in the 30s. So hit that support area here. Okay, and there's your downtrend. There's your downtrend. So if we can't hold that 468, it rejects there. 20 SMA already crossed over. This one has more down. So, I mean, this is the same problem as IWM. The point of breakout here, where this one broke out and then tried to continue. Okay, this one had a indecision candle inside weak. Okay, another inside weak, and then closed below that with that indecision candle, and now dropped it. Okay, you lose that. We're already below. We're already below this right here of 480. We lose this. You lose 468. You're coming back to 455. 455 and maybe some more. So IWM and DIA not looking the greatest at all. Let's see what they got on the hourly 4-hour chart. Four-hour chart really got nothing on it. One-hour chart had a little head and shoulders on it. That's about it. Little shoulder, head, a little shoulder down. Probably gonna test that 468. Maybe bounce there. But DIA, IWM, weak. Weak. Very weak. Very, very weak. So if you want to get in puts on any downside, DIA and IWM, very, very weak. All right. Let's get into some stocks here. AMD. Is that the first one? Okay. AMD. So AMD has this gap here that I've been begging for it to fill, but it refuses to fill it. Okay. And I had got out of my puts this day or yesterday. It was yesterday or this day. I got out of my puts for AMD because it won't break. It won't break this 190 level. It's hit it countless times. It's hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times it won't break that damn line. And if it would just break and hit that 170, I would go long on AMD all day. And it just doesn't break. So it got over its 20 SMA. Okay. After a big day with big volume, got over its 20 SMA and stayed over its 20 SMA. You know, you would think, okay, that's grounds for it's going higher. Couldn't get over its 20 SMA. Okay, it had big days. Okay, indecision candle. Okay, reversal candle. Okay, bullish engulfing reversal candle. Okay, closed higher than a previous day. That's confirmation of reversal candle. And then here we have another reversal candle to the downside now. So this is pure blood sucking here on AMD. Every time it gets to that 180, 189, 190 level, it pops, even though there's a massive gap. About what, 20 points. 20-point gap right below it. So it keeps telling me that it doesn't want to break. It's telling me that it doesn't want to break. Now, of course, it's gonna end up breaking after it fakes out. It's gonna fake up to the breakout point, and then it's gonna fake down and probably fill out that gap. Okay, but so far, what am I seeing? I see very strong buy candles on 190. Okay, 189, 190. At those levels, it's holding strong. And now we have follow through, which we got over the 20 SMA. We held over the 20 SMA. Okay, now we're trying to test that 210. Now there's a gap fill right at that 210. 210.19. Okay, or 210.33 is the gap fill. 210.33. Okay, that's the gap. 210.33, that's the gap. All right, so now if we could get past that, you could go to that 217. Okay, you're gonna be right at 216.70 to 217. Okay, now if we don't, if we just reject here, we lose the 20 SMA back down. We go back to 200. Okay, we come back to 200, see if that holds because it's a strong area support. If that doesn't hold, we're gonna come back and revisit what 190, 190 again, and we'll see does that hold. Okay, this is a special area because as we get closer to that 210, RSI is going to get closer to that 50. We have a squeeze forming and everything. Now, this could have just been, teasing people because they all know that this gap is right below. And then here we had, this big giant head and shoulders pattern that didn't want to break down. It broke up and then it came back down and then still doesn't want to break down. So, it's telling me this is a perfect head and shoulders as well. And it's telling me it doesn't want to gap fill. Okay. It probably will when you least expect it. But right now, it's telling me it doesn't want to gap fill. It's telling me it wants to go higher. We go on the 4-hour chart. We could see here. We have this cup and handle item here, right here. Cup and handle. Okay, it's holding this area. It just needs to hold that 200. If it holds that 200, we'll be going in 210 and 222. Okay, that's what I'm seeing on there. On the 4-hour, the daily, it keeps holding that 190, 189. So you can't fight it. You can't fight the trend. The trend is holding. Okay, it's holding up. Can't fight it. So if it breaks that 188, even let's see, if it breaks that, 188. If it breaks that 188, then you got a chance to go to that 170. But even that's risky. They might buy it back up again because it's right there. So on AMD, I've stopped actively trying to get that gap fill. It's just not happening. I'm not gonna waste any more money on that or time. So that's my opinion on AMD. Okay. AVGO. All right, AVGO. AVGO had this massive head and shoulders as well. It fired down. Okay, and now it's been chopping around. Here you got some kind of structure right here because you got some good volume. Got some kind of structure right here that is looking like a bull flag. Okay, on the weekly chart, we're looking like an ugly giant bull flag. On the monthly chart, it's looking like a better bull flag. Okay, better bull flag on the monthly chart, but this monthly chart could go for a little while. Doesn't mean that we're going now. Okay, weekly chart. Squeeze forming, RSI bouncing off that 50 area. Okay, the squeeze turning up. All right. We're looking good, but we're testing that 20 SMA here. So that's acting as resistance. So this would look better over 350. Yeah, look better over 350. And over 352 would look a lot better, but it looks like it's setting up. But it's still in chop area. It could take a while. Everything looks good for it, but chop could chop you longer than you could stand the chop. Okay. All right, Tesla. All right, Tesla. Let's just clear all that. All right. This is Tesla. Okay. right, this is Tesla. It's a descending triangle pattern. Okay, it broke out today. It broke out today. And it hit that 415 area. And it pulled back, but it held right at that 20 SMA. It held right above it. Okay, that's good. Because if it held below it, we'll be dropping down. Okay. We held above it. Tomorrow, we need to stay above it, and we could continue on going. Because where we need to stay above is that level right there. We could stay above that. Okay. If we could stay above that 406.80, that's good. Okay, we made a new high than this previous high. That's good. Okay. If we can structure some kind of channel right here, that'd be great. Okay, let me see if I could change this channel. It's a stretch, so far I'm just gonna structure it in this channel. So if it's this channel here, we stay, we get here, and then we continue on up. Then we get 415, 420, 422, 423, 425, and essentially we come up to these moving averages. Okay, so we got that downtrend. We're outside the downtrend. Okay, we broke it on good volume. Okay, we held above the 20 SMA. We need to stay above that 20 SMA. If we could stay above that 20 SMA, we go good. Now, on the flip side, tomorrow, if we open up and we just sell off back down to 388, which, I mean, Tesla could do that, then, this breakout was false, and we're back inside, and then market's pulling back as well. But I think Tesla's faked this out already a lot of times, and I think that it's ready to go. A lot of good things coming out of it, and it hasn't done anything. So I think it's ready to go. I think it's just playing because the market's playing. So because the market's playing, Tesla's going to play. But I think that we hold and we continue on up and we go 420 and then 425, 440. So 440 is our target. 450 is our main target. Main target. And then we have 415 as resistance here. And then we have 420 as a target. We have 423 as a target. And then we have 430 as a target. All right. So going to the hourly. If we go to the hourly, this channel here works pretty well. So if we come to this lower end of the channel tomorrow, expect us to rally back up to like 415 area and maybe a little higher, 418, maybe even 420. Okay. So, and then by Friday, if this continues, we'll at least be above 415 or above 420. Above 420 is where I believe we're going to be We're going to be around 420, 424, 425 by Friday. So we'll see if this channel respects. RSI is good. Everything else is good. You know, hourly channel is good. It's good. Everything's good. I think it follows through. I think it respects. We're just in choppy markets, so the channel is going to be choppy. But I think it's an uptrendy channel. It's going to do well. All right, so by next week, I'm expecting 430 or 440. Okay. Well, that was only the first person, huh? Damn. I gotta be faster. All right. Okay, path. Easy one. Easy one. Here we go. Very simple. Okay. We have a big volume today. Earnings, right? So earnings is what? It went down a little bit, $1. Okay. It's out. It's somewhere right here. Okay. So I still think this has a left shoulder here, right shoulder here. I think this one's going to still go to about 13. Okay. And then build that inverse head and shoulders. Okay. RSI is above 50. Everything looks good there. Say we go to the. Yeah. I think this one opens up flat. Most likely. I had earnings and okay. So I think it opens up flat and then it runs up, and then you're gonna see a potential run up in the next week or two, or a few weeks to 1330, and then rejection, drop, and then inverse head and shoulders, and then run. That's what I see on the daily. That's what it sees. It looks like it's good. I think it opens up flat and runs up either this week or next week, runs up to that 13 and then pulls back. Okay. IGV. It already made a higher high here. Okay. And then here it's holding a bull flag. So as long as it could hold above 85 and then it could break out this 89, then you could go 95, 100. Okay. All right. This one rejected breakout. Okay. Made a lower high. Okay. Now I think it comes back to 210.40. I think that fills that gap, and then after it fills the gap, maybe it sets up to go higher. If it breaks 224, it goes 234, and then 246. But it has to fill that gap first and then set up to go. XOM is still just consolidating. Okay, it's still holding that 148.88. Overall, still big giant weekly bull flag. Okay, big giant weekly bull flag, just consolidating. It's not ready yet. Okay, but it's holding where it needs to hold. So, okay, the month's not over. We have a long time for the month. So this candle doesn't matter. Okay, we have just holding. That's holding that area. It's not doing anything else. So. Okay, Oxy, we have a consolidation, bull flag. Okay, same thing with XOM. Okay, we have this here, consolidating. It's probably going to consolidate here in this area a little bit. I don't think it's going to break out yet unless there's some kind of big news come out. It could. It has a daily bull flag. The weekly bull flag is not really there. The daily bull flag is there. Big day today. But it's been stuck in this zone right here. So I think it continues that unless there's some news and this one takes off and breaks 56.34, then we could go see 58 and 60. All right, CVX, big day today, but still, it has that bearish divergence still. It still has a bearish divergence, hasn't broke it yet. Can it break it? Yeah, it could definitely break it. It's been strong. Squeeze still. Overall, oil still looks good to me. 20 SMA has been holding just fine. Once the stock holds that 20 SMA and bounces every time, that's a strong stock. So big day here. If it breaks that 192, then breaks that 192, we can go 194, 196. Okay, and then 198. And then we get back into this channel because we got out of that channel. It's gonna struggle to get back in there. It got to have a big piece. Okay, when you guys put on tickers only, I don't want to do people putting names up there because sometimes I don't know the ticker and it stops me and I got to think about it. I got to look it up. I don't want to do all that. So tickers only. If you know the ticker, put it on. Don't put the name. Don't put the name. Okay. Adobe. Here, we told you to get it around here. Okay. It's pushing. It has earnings coming up. So earnings are 50-50. Tomorrow, I can't tell you. It has good earnings. It has bad earnings. It might go up. It might go down. I think this is a bottom for Adobe. So whatever earnings it has, I think it goes up. But otherwise, I can't tell you what it's going to perform. But I do think that Adobe looks good overall. I think it is bottomed out. And that's all I can tell you. I can't tell you the directions earnings will be. Okay. All right. CoreView. CoreView had that Morningstar reversal. Okay. And then he came back, double bottomed that Morningstar reversal, and then shot up. We broke that 80.43. Okay. Next target is 86. All right. Is 86. It's actually 86.55. So 86.55. And I think that hits that this week. As long as we stay above that 80.43, we get that 86.55. Unless we gap down hard and we gap down below 77, then, we have a problem. Then it's real bad chop. But otherwise, above 80.43, we go to 86.55, and then we go 88, 90, and then we test that breakout. If we break that out, then we go flying. We go flying over 95. We go 98, 103, 110, and then from there, I've been telling you guys, this is the bigger picture right here. This is the bigger picture. Okay. This is a descending triangle. Okay. And the monthly is ready to go. The monthly wants to go. And check this out. This month, what I'm seeing, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. We'll find out by the end of the month. This candle wants to engulf this candle. Okay? So, if that candle engulfs this candle, we will, by the end of the month, at least be above 93. Okay? We'll be above 93. I think it will be above 95, maybe even 98. but at least be above 93 by the end of the month. And that will engulf the candle and we'll break out. But because we're breaking out and because we're engulfing the candle, I think we could get to 103. I think we'll get to 103 by the end of the month and maybe even more. Maybe even more. I don't know about 110, but at least 105. I think we could get 105. And then what would that look like? Okay. Okay, so we already engulfed on the weekly candle. The weekly candle, we already engulfed. Okay? We already engulfed this previous candle last week. Okay, now I'm telling you that that's going to happen with the monthly candle for last month, this month. All right? So if that happens, which I think it is, then we're going to go and take off to 105. Okay, 105 this month. Okay? So what does that look like? It looks like here. Okay? It looks like we'll be here. Maybe we get a little bit more, maybe we get a little less, but I think we're going to be past 100 by the end of the month. So, if that happens, which it looks exactly like what I think is going to happen, then, okay, let's look at that again. The monthly candle, all right, we see the descending triangle pattern, okay. We see we don't have that much room. We only maybe have one more month left, that's it, but it always fires right before. Okay, now let's look at the situation here. The situation is that our candle opened below last one's candle. Last one's candle is a indecision candle. We opened below, okay? So that means we either close the month at 86.55, which is still reversal, or we close the month above 93 to engulf. And if we do close the month above 93 to engulf, then we're going to be breaking out of this downtrend. And if we break out of this downtrend, we're going to need volume. And if volume comes, we will be at 100 or 103 or 105. Okay? So that's my reasoning. Okay? You got to see the bigger picture sometimes. Bigger picture tells me all of this. Now, if you think that we're going to be at 100 or 103 like I do, right? Wouldn't you be buying April 100 calls or 90 calls or 85 calls or whatever? I'm happy with April 100 calls. If I'm buying for next month, and I think this month is going to hit my target, these ones are going to be $7, $8. Okay, so I'm gonna make 100%. I'm gonna make 150%. Maybe I even make 200%, 250%. Okay, so in buying those down here, okay, buying them up, and then starting to go. We get here by the end of the month. Even here, by the end of the month, I'm still winning. Still winning. Okay, big volume today, 127%. Okay, we continue that into tomorrow. Okay, if we continue it into Friday, we're at 86. Then by the end of the month, we should be 100. Because we're not even mid-month yet. Okay, if we're already at 90 by next week, which is barely mid-month, then I think we go to 110 by the end of the month. Okay? So, if that happens, our 100 calls for April, our 85 calls for next week, 80 calls, even 90 calls for next week, those are going to smack. They're going to hit. Okay? If you want longer term, because you're like, okay, well, the stock might not get there, you could get May 15th, 100 calls for 670. They're still going to hit. If you want to go out, 110. Okay? You want to get June. You want to even get even longer term. You get June 100 calls for $10. These will be 20 to 30. These will be $30. June 18th, 100 calls. By the time we're 110, by the end of the month or beginning of next month, these will be $30. Okay? So, if my theory is correct, we'll revisit it at the end of the month. If this is an engulfing candle, you gotta just focus on the big picture sometimes. Okay? All right. So I hope I explained everything about CoreWeave, and I hope I don't have to continue explaining it over again. All right. Okay. Tesla already did, right? Yeah, Tesla already did. I explained that one pretty well as well. Okay. All right, now. All right. Now looks okay. It has a gap fill right here. Okay, it has a bull flag. It has RSI above 50. Squeeze setting up. Okay, everything looks good right there. All right, we had a consolidation. Now we broke out of that. Okay, now we're building a bull flag. It looks good. It's going to probably consolidate for a little bit. But then once it breaks through that 122 and gets past this 127, we'll hit 130 and then start making a move up to 140. It looks good. It looks good for a reversal. As long as it doesn't get back below 111. Okay. All right, circle. All right, circle. Circle has been in a nice little uptrend here. Okay, today was a reversal, so we might get a 105. Might go back to 105, and then might get back to 105, and then build the little flag here between 105 and 120 before it moves higher. You got to see what tomorrow does, but if it's down, then yeah, that's what it's going to do before it goes higher. So it's going to take a breather. And then once it breaks out, it go 130, 145, but it's going to take a breather. It's been up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 days. Yeah, it's going to consolidate for at least 3, 4. Maybe even 5. Okay. All right, Intel. It's just consolidating. You know, Intel made huge moves already. We bought it at what, $20, $18, and it went to 54, our target. Well, 50 was our target. Went to 54. You know, we made bank on that one. Now it's going to go sideways for a while because it made such a huge move. I mean, that's what, $18 to $50. That's more than double. That's almost triple. All right, almost triple. Just short of triple. So it's going to go sideways for a while. It's going to stay between this 42 and 50. $8 range. So like I said, I always say this on Intel: buy leaps and just forget it. It's a good stock since the government got in it. Buy leaps and forget it. You know, does it look good? It looks good, but the consolidation is going to be there. You know, our size above 50, good. Squeeze is good. Candles are good, but you're still going to be in this area. you know, still going to be in that area for a little bit. All right. Chance of Netflix filling the gap at 72. No, absolutely not. There's no chance. No chance at all that Netflix fills the gap at 78. Nuh-uh. Not going to happen. Unless there's something horrific that happens. But you're not going to see this gap fill. Can you see this one fill? Possibly. But most likely not. You're probably going to be at 93, 96, and then come back over 96 to 99 unless some bad news comes out on Netflix. But otherwise, this is what you're looking at. This is your flag. That's your flag. That's your pole. You have daily support at 90. And you have 20 SMA support at 94. And you have 100 SMA support at 92. And you're not coming close to 78 or 80. 90 is all you're going to get. So you see that? That's going to be the bottom of the first candle. That's the max you probably get. It's going to be like AMD. Probably fake out. And every time it hits that 90, it's going to bounce. So, no chance it's going to hit 78. Unless some real bad news comes out. Or the market goes into full-on correction. Otherwise, not a chance. Okay. All right. Let's see, Google. All right, Google. You know, we got that bullish divergence right here. Got a strong candle. Good. I mean, this kind of looks like so it's a bull flag. It's above 20 SMA. It's above 100 SMA. Okay. Strong candles. RSI needs to be above 50. Stochastics coming up. Squeeze forming. I mean, it's still in this chop area between 296 and 319. But it looks like it wants to go to 319. Okay. After hours is down just like the whole market. Okay, but if it falls back down, you know, it's not going to break 296 unless the market completely tanks off like, you know, we don't expect it to, but if it does. You got the mid-level right here. Yeah, there's your mid-level, 309.73. So this is where the support was. Now this is resistances. Okay, so let's see, look at it for a 4 hour. 4 hour, still a little bull flag, even a little cup and handle. Doesn't look bad at all. Doesn't look bad at all. Okay, 1 hour. Okay, try to break out, failed. But 305 is support. Consolidate there. Okay, make a move there. Doesn't look bad. Doesn't look bad at all. All right, Microsoft here. We got consolidation between 397 and 424. We got lower end chop area between 396 and 411, and then upper end 411 to 424. Okay, we're just in this choppy area. We're above the 20 SMA. 20 SMA is at 400. Okay, we got a little cup and handle on the 4 hour. We got a little cup and handle on the 4 hour here. Maybe even an inverse head and shoulders. It just needs to break out. Otherwise, it's just been chopped. It's been chopped, but it's not. It's looking productive. It's not bad chop. It's looking productive, positive. RSI is right by 50. I needs to break it. Squeeze fired, but now it failed. That's not typically good. But as long as we hold that 20 SMA, it's fine. We just need to get past that 411. Get past that 411 and we can move. We could move. Okay. Disney. Disney said if we lose that 102, it's no good. You know, Disney's over here trying to hang on, but it's at 100. 100's a even number. It's trying to hold, but it's just once it lost that 107, it's just been nothing. So if it don't get over 102 and it doesn't get over 107, then it's going to 92.80. Gap fill. It's already kind of in it. Okay, TKO. All right, well, you had two false breakouts here. Two false breakouts, and then you're coming into support here, holding, trying to hold. Don't like this pattern here. It's a bear flag chop area. So you're going to chop here for a little while. And then you have weakness because you try to break out twice and you failed. So you might hold here for a little bit, but you're going to be coming down to 193.64 eventually. Okay. All right, XYZ. Okay, potential W pattern on the weekly here. So first target is going to be 79, 78. So it's going to be 78. 88. 80. It's going to be 80 flat for your first target. Second target is going to be 94. Okay, you need to get past 67, 97 first. And then 80, and then 94. That's your potential W pattern right there on XYZ. All right, TTD. All right, TTD. TTD looks like it's coming for the gap fill right here. Right here at 2560. It looks like it's coming back for that. Once it has a gap fill, maybe it bounces and does something. But TTD is a very weak stock. It's a very dangerous stock, so be careful. Okay, Hubs. Okay, Hubs. Okay, in this larger consolidation. Okay, here's your midpoint. There's your midpoint right there. Okay, this is your lower end. This is your upper end. Right now you're in your lower end. You got to hold that 20 SMA before you come back down here. $245. Okay, You come back down here, you get fill, and then maybe you do something, come back up. Okay. Otherwise, yeah, this is just going to chop around. ONDS. ONDS, it's doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So this chop area right here is translating into this chop area right here. And right here is doing nothing. Right here is doing nothing. This is doing nothing. This is not doing anything. It's not going to be doing anything. So if you believe in the stock, it's a buy long term and hold. Otherwise, it's just going to be dead money for a little while. Not doing much. Not doing much. Okay, here. All right, so quantum computing here. It's not really doing anything, but you have a potential falling wedge here. Potentially, you're building a little bullish divergence here. You have a potential falling wedge. It could make a move, but the best thing you could do with this stock is buy long and just hold it. That's how we did. That's how we made money on it the first time. It's coming back down to the levels that I think we got it at. So again, it's one of those buy long and forget about it until you see it taking off, because right now it's just not doing much. Not doing much right now. Okay, SMCI, it's a good stock to hold, but right now it's just stuck at 32, right in the middle. It's not doing much. Okay, see, RSI is just right at 50. It's going sideways, squeeze, holding. So, not doing much, just kind of just sideways. There's nothing else to say about it. It got to get above 35 for it to start moving. Is it a good buy? Is it a good hold? Yes, it is. But is it for right now? No. Is it for the future? Yes. Right now, it's dead money. Dead money right now. Maybe next few jolts it has, or maybe when the market pushes, if the market decides to push this week or next week, maybe we'll see some action in this. But as of right now, market's been choppy. This is going to be extremely choppy as well. Okay. Oracle. So Oracle gapped up. Okay. It made a topping tail reversal candle on the daily, but we need to see what tomorrow brings. Okay, our size above 50. We like that. Squeeze still setting up for the upside. Stochastic still going up. Okay, volume was good. We need to get past that 65 and hold it. Once we do, our target was at 68. We hit it. We actually hit 71. But yeah, we need to get above that 65. Once we do that, we could start running. We could start running. And do I think the bottom's in for this? Yes, I do. Do I think it's a buy? Yes, I do. Even if it comes back a little bit more, I think it's going to continue on up. But if we just open up at 165, I think it's going to go. It's still gonna go. Okay. All right. BA. BA. Okay. Our buy point was right here, 224. Okay. Kind of consolidated on that one several times. Okay, we hit these two moving averages, 100 SMA, 200 SMA. Okay, we lost it yesterday. Today, confirmed down here below. All right, we held at what, 214 today. Okay, and where are we at? Right here. Let me see, 214. Extend that. All right, 214. Okay. 214 is a very strong area of support. Previous resistance here, previous support here. All right, we have the the 50 SMA here at 212.72, and we have the 20 SMA at 219. Okay, 219. All right. So what do we need to do? We need to either hit that 50 SMA, bounce back by Friday, get above 219. Better yet, above 224. That would be great. And we're good. If that doesn't happen, BA, you can do whatever you want with it. But this bull flag on the weekly and the monthly, it still looks great to me. Still looks great to me, and I think that let's see here. Okay, we had that problem at 235. I think that 214 does hold, essentially, and we go. Overall, I still think we go. Do I think we hit this gap fill here? Again, unless the market tanks and sells off, I don't think so. I do not think so. Unless the market falls off and we're falling off and we don't do that inverse head and shoulders and fly up, I see no reason why BA drops that low. Okay. RSI still above 50. Great. Weekly RSI touching 50. That's great, because if it bounces off that, we turn around and go. Okay. Strong candles up. Okay. Weak by volume down. I like it. Okay. We had strong volume yesterday. Last week's candle, this week's candle. Lower volume, but week's not over yet. We'll see. And okay. That's it. Okay. No other questions. No other stocks. All right, guys. Well, that's all I got for you then. Okay. You guys have a good night, and I will see you guys next week.